This creator is claiming that Blake Lively and her team are bullying her literally just because she took a video of Blake Lively at the 1928 hotel in Waco, Texas. But she has some pretty good evidence that this is actually going on.
My mom and I were staying at Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas this weekend. Blake Lively and her team were staying there as well after South by Southwest in Austin on Friday night. We found this out from all the hotel staff. Ended up recording her coming into the hotel lobby. We were just hanging out, people watching. Her team caught wind of this, I believe. Maybe saw me recording her on the security camera.
As Keith Davidson and Stuart Albertson say, Justin's getting more than he needs.
I gave the win to Baldoni. I mean, I think Lively got a few things that she wanted, but if I was on the Lively side and listening to and looking at what their arguments were, I wouldn't feel good about this. I'd feel like we kind of lost the battle. Whereas on Baldoni's side, I'd be like, we had to give up a couple things that we don't care about, but by and large, we got what we wanted.
A shocking scandal is currently unfolding in Hollywood as a popular influencer has allegedly leaked explosive hotel footage involving Blake Lively, accusing her of mistreatment and unprofessional behavior. In her own words, the influencer stated, "I'm just a regular person. I don't have TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter. I only have an Instagram, which I use for fun, just to take and edit pictures. I'm not a photographer or anything special.
I'm just a regular person. I'm not a TikToker. I don't do YouTube. I don't have X or Twitter or whatever it's called. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have WhatsApp. I have an Instagram, but it was purely just for fun. I like to take and edit pictures with my phone. I'm not a photographer. I'm not any of that. So I'm literally just a regular person with a real life, and this is just, obviously blown up so much that I never expected it to. Again, I don't know why race is coming into this at all.
This situation has blown up in a way I never expected, and I don't understand why race is even a factor in this. What began as a typical Hollywood dispute has spiraled into a sensational spectacle filled with hidden agendas and shocking twists.
This content creator made several very long videos explaining what went down and then made a truncated version. I'm going to share the truncated version. She was staying at a hotel out after South by Southwest that it turns out Blake Lively was also staying at. She was waiting in the lobby, took a quick video of Blake Lively, and then as it turns out, she says she was followed by Blake Lively when she was checking out to her car. Blake Lively got her attention and filmed her. That wasn't even the weird part. Afterwards, she started getting troll messages from people that she believes were from Blake Lively's nanny, amongst other people.
Are we merely witnessing a legal battle, or is there something more calculated at play? Buckle up as we delve into the layers of this major controversy, shaking Hollywood to its core.
Is she Blake Lively? Don't look up. She on crutches? As you can see, or barely see, y'all made a big deal over nothing. Like I said, this video was very insignificant. It's 18 seconds. It's her walking in, looking up, admiring the hotel. You can clearly tell it's her and her voice and her face if you do the work. And then she walks over, notices us, puts up her hand, and asks to grab a hat. And that's all that's on video.
The influencer has shared several lengthy videos detailing her experience, but I'll summarize the key points. She was staying at Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas, after attending South by Southwest, where Blake Lively was also a guest.
Okay, couple comments like this, giving myself 60 seconds, short version, let's go. My mom and I were staying at Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas this weekend. Blake Lively and her team were staying there as well after South by Southwest in Austin on Friday night. We found this out from all the hotel staff. Ended up recording her coming into the hotel lobby. We were just hanging out, people watching. Her team caught wind of this, I believe. Maybe saw me recording her on the security camera. Did not like this. Thought maybe I recorded something they didn't want out there, didn't want me to see, whatever. Next morning, we kind of were being followed by her security guard a little bit on the way out, checking out of the hotel. Blake Lively herself comes out, starts recording us, says hi to get us to look up at her, circles our car, gets the car information, license plates, all that. Online harassment started the next day. Her lawyer, her social media person, her nanny were looking at my stories. They ended up making troll accounts, and someone called me fat. Long versions are on here if you want them.
While waiting in the lobby, she recorded a brief video of Lively, which led to an unexpected confrontation. According to her claims, Lively and her team followed her to her car, with Lively herself filming the encounter.
If you remember, I shared with you all earlier this month that the head of the agency that represents the Princess of Evidenceless and her husband, Ari Emanuel, had a lot of smack to talk about Justin Baldoni, who used to be represented by Ari Emanuel's WME, William Morris Endeavor, before he was dropped. And yes, Baldoni alleges in his lawsuit that Blake Hurd's husband, the very popular Deadpool actor, put pressure on the agency that used to represent him.
Things took a darker turn when the influencer began receiving troll messages, which she believes originated from Lively's team, including her nanny. The influencer described the video as insignificant.
Allegedly, B and her team are online bullying this girl. This girl's name is Kate, and she made a bunch of videos about her experience with this situation. But get this, allegedly, Blake herself is the one that went outside to record them leaving. So since this was like a little mini vacation for her and her mom, she hadn't posted much like during her stay, but when she got back home, she posted this to her story. Followed by this story, she says, I think the security camera caught me recording her while we were camped out on the couch, and peep her IG bio called Fat by Khaleesi and her dragons 31025. We'll get to that. So after she had posted these two stories, the first view that she got that she didn't recognize was this person, and this person stuck out to her because it says that they're a hotel GM. Lo and behold, after she did some research, Karen Chris is the hotel manager for Hotel 1928. She didn't tag them in the stories. And after some thinking and digging, she thinks the biggest issue they have with her recording Blake, she herself said that she definitely saw nannies with the children. It wasn't Blake with the children because she was off doing press. We've all heard the whole like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds don't use nannies for their 4 children, and I've heard before that this is a lie, but for some reason they want to be praised for this.
Just 18 seconds of Lively walking through the lobby. Yet, the fallout has been anything but trivial. The hotel footage that has taken the internet by storm was recorded at Hotel 1928, where the influencer and her mother were simply enjoying their stay.
This creator is claiming that Blake Lively and her team are bullying her literally just because she took a video of Blake Lively at the 1928 hotel in Waco, Texas. Now, I am going to say all of this is alleged since I don't know this for fact, but she has some pretty good evidence that this is actually going on, so let's talk about it. When I tell you if this is crazy and this evidence that she has is actually insane, wait till you see this. Now, there's only one thing that I'm questioning to deal with this whole thing, and you can let me know what you think. But essentially what happened is this girl was at the Hotel 1928 that Blake Lively was staying at this past weekend at the premiere of A Simple Favor. She hung out in the lobby, waited to see if she could see anything, saw Blake Lively, took a video of her. Apparently Blake Lively was on crutches at the time, and then a few minutes later, her kids came in with an alleged nanny. And as Kay has pointed out, and that we know that Blake and Ryan have alleged that they do not use any type of nannies. But that may actually be incorrect, and I'll show you why in a second. And this may be why they are going after her so harshly. Now, when this girl and her mom were leaving the hotel, Blake Lively's security guard and Blake Lively came out recording them allegedly on Blake Lively's phone, talking to them, recording their car, getting their license plate, assuming it was because she was recording Blake Lively in the hotel lobby and the security camera caught her recording Blake.
When they spotted Lively, the influencer casually began recording, a common reaction among fans. However, Lively's team allegedly confronted her aggressively, demanding she stop filming.
No, so I basically had like an unplugged weekend on our trip. So I did not post any stories. I posted like one story of my mom at lunch, not at the hotel, like off-site, but had not posted anything about the hotel, nothing. So they found my information somehow. I just don't know how exactly. Was it the license plate? Was it the hotel? I mean, those are really the only two options I can think of. But if anybody else has any other ideas, definitely let me know.
The influencer claims she felt unsafe as they followed her throughout the hotel. In a brief recap, the influencer stated, "My mom and I were at Hotel 1928 when we learned Blake Lively was also staying there.
And Kate had posted this to her story. And then oddly enough, a view on that story was Keisha Evans. Look at that, Keisha is a nanny, and Kate said that she looked like one of the nannies taking care of Blake Lively's children. Another person who viewed her stories was Molly Sage. However, she couldn't take a screenshot of this because Molly then blocked her right away after going and viewing all her stories. So Kate had her friend check, and apparently Blake follows Molly. And it looks like Molly is actually Blake's social media person. She helps with her social media. And then Kate posted this selfie. She had just put hashtag Team Justin Forever. But then it was really odd because she was getting views from someone Team Justin Forever, the hashtag she used, and then she got this random account. So she would block these accounts because she had a feeling it was Blake's team just wanting to view her stuff. And they were doing so in a way by using her words. And another person who viewed her stories and then blocked her right away was this person. For some reason it says user 250, but this woman's name is Ezra. And Ezra Hudson is an attorney for Blake Lively in the legal battle between Lively and Justin Baldoni. Kate decided to repost the selfie she had deleted. Basically said she's over Blake and her team, they can make fun of her or whatever, but she's gonna post whatever she wants. After posting the selfie, one of the views she got was from this account, Fat and Not Fabulous. Like they were doing with the whole Team Justin Baldoni, they're literally doing it to send her a message, allegedly. She blocks them, and then she got another view from this account with 0 followers, 0 whatever, called Mommy Vacay something. So this to her story saying the lengths they're going, it was a mom-daughter trip, and yes, I was married on November 11th, 2023. Do they not realize these accounts can be traced back to them? Also, this account that viewed her blocked moi. Kate wrote, is this their exit from harassment? But they weren't done yet because this was the last troll account that she saw viewing her story that she thinks is them. Fat and Not Fabulous 2.0. That's crazy.
After recording her entering the lobby, we noticed her team seemed to take issue with it. The next morning, we felt followed by her security, and Lively herself came out to record us, even circling our car and taking note of our license plate.
Inside the Blake Lively hate campaign fueled by mommy sleuths. The death of Me Too and embrace of patriarchal ideals isn't coming from politics. It's coming from women online. By Stephanie McNeil, March 14th, 2025. Last weekend, Blake Lively appeared at South by Southwest to premiere her new film, Another Simple Favor. It wasn't a particularly noteworthy event. Lively walked the red carpet, took photos with fans, attended the screening, and participated in a Q&A. Well, I would say that it's noteworthy to the extent that it was her first real live appearance since all of this nonsense came out. The event marked the first press event Lively had done since December, when she filed a legal complaint and eventually a lawsuit against her former co-star Justin Baldoni, alleging he harassed her on the set of their film It Ends With Us. Lively also alleged that, faced with the possibility of his career being impacted by her claims, Baldoni and a crisis PR team he hired waged a misogynistic smear campaign against Lively using the power of the internet. Baldoni soon countersued, and the pair kicked off an exhausting and protracted war against each other. Despite the drama surrounding the case, Lively's appearance at the festival ultimately was pretty standard stuff. That is, unless you have been obsessively watching videos from the bevy of mostly women content creators who have declared themselves experts in the 37-year-old star's legal battle.
The situation escalated online, with the influencer claiming that Lively's team used their influence to harass her on social media, painting her as the villain.
We have some breaking news in the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni lawsuit. They were in court today, and we have a new ruling. This ruling has to do with the protective order that Blake Lively has asked the judge to grant, basically to keep all of her texts and stuff secret, especially the ones between her and Taylor Swift. So will we ever see the text between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift? That is the question. But essentially, what the judge has decided is that he has modified the order to state that information may be marked AEO only if it's disclosed as highly likely to cause significant business, commercial, financial, or privacy injury. AEO means attorney's eyes only. So what exactly does this mean in someone that is not in the law field?
This incident has sparked a heated debate online, with some defending Lively's right to privacy, while others argue that this is yet another example of Hollywood elites abusing their power. The influencer, identified as Kate,
basically, if they want to get this under the AEO terms, they have to go get it approved, and it has to fit in one of these 5 things: trade secrets, confidential business plans, marketing plans, other confidential matters for clients other than parties in this dispute. security measures taken by the parties and third parties, medical info of parties and third parties, highly personal and intimate info about parties, third parties, other than info directly relevant to the truth, falsity of allegations related to this case. Any other matter restricted as confidential by law.
Has made several videos discussing her experience, and it appears that Lively's team has been actively monitoring her social media. Kate even noted that she received views from accounts linked to Lively's team, including her lawyer and social media manager.
So during the writer's strike, all the biggest 5 talk show hosts did a podcast together. They called it Strike Force 5. And guess who the co-presenting sponsor of the podcast was? Mint Mobile. And who's the celebrity that owns Mint Mobile? Guess who do all the promotion for Mint Mobile? Ryan Reynolds.
For the final time on this final show, go to mintmobile.com/strikeforce to learn how you can get Mint Unlimited for $15 a month for a limited time. And back to you, annoyingly talented and disturbingly generous sons of bitches.
That's the great Ryan Reynolds.
You know what?
If that guy were here right now.
You know, it was always
And guess who was also a guest at the show, presenting Mint Mobile and making so many commercials for Mint Mobile in the show? Ryan Reynolds.
What? No, this isn't the, no, I'm not reading the legal. I'm still here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Reynolds has joined us.
Wait, I'm sorry. Ryan, have you been doing all these these ads live during our podcast?
Yes, of course, anything for Strike Force 5.
Okay, so this is speculation, but I do think that probably Ryan Reynolds gave them a call and be like, hey, dudes, don't poke fun of this. You know, this is not funny to me or my wife or whatever. He doesn't want that attention, and I think it's pretty obvious that there has been talks around this, and there is a reason why they're not mentioning it, because it would be the most obvious thing for them to talk about. They always poke fun at these things. Remember how much they were joking about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case? So for no one to touch upon this, it's really suspicious to me.
As the scandal unfolds, many are questioning whether this is an overreaction from a celebrity seeking privacy or a deeper pattern of behavior coming to light. If the allegations are true, they could significantly alter the public's perception of one of Hollywood's most beloved figures.
The judge basically told the parties to follow the rules here. There was initially, it was an idea of let's come up with a protective order by March 11th. But it seems what the judge has said is more specifically, be careful of the out-of-court statements that you make because you don't want to materially prejudice a case. You don't want to taint a jury.
For years, Blake Lively has maintained a reputation as Hollywood's sweetheart, polished, graceful, and scandal-free. But let's take a step back and analyze whether there have been any previous cracks in that image.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' publicist is asking to be dropped from Justin Baldoni's lawsuit. Weeks after Justin filed a defamation complaint against his It Ends With Us co-star Blake and her husband Ryan in response to her sexual harassment and retaliation lawsuit against him, and named their publicist Leslie Sloan as a co-defendant, the Vision PR owner filed a motion on February 20th to dismiss his countersuit. According to documents obtained by E! News, in the $400 million lawsuit, Justin alleges that Leslie propagated malicious stories portraying him as a sexual predator and orchestrated a smear campaign against him at Blake's direction. However, the publicist's attorney alleges in a February 20th motion to dismiss the lawsuit obtained by E! News that there's no basis for such accusations, and that Leslie was dragged into the legal battle as a smoke and mirrors exercise to distract from Blake's accusations of sexual harassment and retaliation.
In a surprising twist, Blake Lively has requested that the court keep certain private communications sealed, specifically text messages with Taylor Swift. This legal maneuver has raised eyebrows, as many wonder what sensitive information these texts might contain.
You know, most people don't speak up, and you know, granted, we know what we're getting into when we get into that world or dip our toe in that world. But, you know, in my mind, I was like, if you can't be real when you're on a movie set, or say like if it's Blake Lively, you know, like if you can't let your guard down there when you're surrounded by, you know, people that you're doing your craft, like you should be able to be real. And if you're acting like that in that position, and she was a producer on the film, and she was just surrounded by, you know, all these businessmen, and she's very powerful, you know, and like sitting and listening to her lunches and stuff, it was just surprising to me that at her level of fame and power and everything else, that she would even have the headspace to think, I'm gonna call this girl down and rattle her cage, you know?
While these past claims never gained much traction, could this latest scandal be the confirmation of a hidden truth about Blake's personality?
But we all know how much she needs to be in control of everything she does.
I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled.
So yeah, it makes sense. We also need to talk about this outfit, because what is this? She showed up in this like raincoat looking latex thing with another outfit underneath that she revealed later for the drama, of course, just Blake being Blake. And someone said her hair is giving trying to look innocent Amber Heard vibes, and I kind of can't unsee that now. And I'm also just getting so tired of seeing this plastered on fake smile of hers. Like, it looks painful, and I'm concerned that this woman doesn't have a soul. Now, some people were actually speculating about fans being planted in the audience, including Lori Feig, wife of director Paul Feig, who was pictured in the crowd directly behind Blake, which is actually kind of odd. Some people think this could have been a coincidence and she was just there supporting Blake, while others think that this is incredibly embarrassing on Lori and Paul's part, and this was a blatant attempt to make Blake look better in front of her, quote, fan.
As the legal battle continues, reactions from fellow celebrities have been mixed. Ryan Reynolds, Lively's husband, has remained notably silent, leading to speculation about whether he is handling the fallout behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift has subtly shown her support for Lively.
Here are the four sort of quadrants that they agreed upon: trade secrets, security measures, medical information. None of that seemed that problematic, but it was this last one: highly personal and intimate information about third parties. Highly personal, intimate information about parties other than information directly relevant to the truth or falsity of any allegation in the complaints in this case.
Well, it is problematic and annoying, potentially for both parties, but I think here is Justin is the one who needs information from Blake more than Blake needs information from Justin, so I think he's more impacted by this order. Just to kind of set the stage a little bit, what happens, you know, when somebody goes to court, when they can't resolve their dispute, they surrender it to a court system, judge or jury, to be decided, and these are public forums. So everything that's said in court or filed in court is generally public record.
While Chrissy Teigen has made pointed comments about Fame not excusing bad behavior. With the hotel footage now public and social media buzzing, the question remains: what does this mean for Blake Lively's career? In an industry where accountability is paramount, will she address these allegations directly or risk losing endorsements and future roles?
And here's the kicker: attorney eyes only is the order. So meaning that if Blake Lively produces some text messages with herself or about a third party, and over to Justin's side, she can designate it as being highly personal and intimate, and that means that Justin cannot see that document. Only his attorney can see it. And I've spoken out against these rules because it interferes with the attorney-client relationship. If I, as an attorney, are representing you in, and I now obtain what I think is really powerful evidence, but I can't share it with you. I can just say, hey, Andy, great news. I got this smoking gun. And you're going to go, what is it? Oh, I can't tell you about it. I can't even show it to you. Of course, how can I not share it with you? You're my client. I have a duty to you. And you know more than I do about the facts. And now you could be like, oh, if I saw that message, this would then unlock all this other information or inconsistencies, but I can't share it with you. It's totally screwed up. Interferes with the attorney-client relationship. And the other thing that I've spoken out about these orders is, who says that attorneys are so much more trustworthy than clients? We just go read the news, there's a lot of attorneys who've gotten into trouble for all kinds of horrible stuff. Why is it that we're saying, oh, we can trust an attorney with this information, but we can't trust the client, the party who has not had these problems with violating the law? So I hate the order. I understand the reason for protection, but I think this goes way too far. And, look, Both sides will survive. They'll deal with it. If there's something that's designated improperly and it's really not that confidential, they'll take it back to the court. They'll strip off this protection.
As we continue to follow this unfolding drama, we invite you to share your thoughts. Do you believe the allegations against Blake Lively, or is this simply another case of cancel culture gone too far? Should the public have more access to the details of this legal battle? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's latest scandal, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explosive celebrity news.